right, you guys, I'm starting this while April and I are cracking up because that kind of signifies the relationship we have. Oh my gosh, April, I love you. You are hilarious to me. It's
Oh
so
my
much
God,
fun.
Carol, I love you too. You know it.
All right, we're going to gather ourselves together. This is very serious stuff, let me tell
Yes,
you.
it is.
All right, as a little bit of background, guys, my name is Karyl Morris. I am the host of the Visibility Room, the Detroit Networking Collective, and also the founder of the Image Impact Group. And one of the things that I wanted to do with the networking group was make sure that we were giving our guests some great visibility. So, on that note, I said to the first group, who wants to get on camera with me? And who raised their hand? That's right, April Halliburton. Of course she did, because that's the way she rolls. And I love that so much about you, April. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I want you to give literally a 30-second, who you are. And then I've got 3 quick questions for you. And then we're out of here. It's Friday and we're going to go have some fun. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Tell us who you are and what you do.
I am April Halliburton, founder and president of Offer HR and Business Solutions, and I am an expert small and mid-sized HR business partner and consultant. I work with businesses across the country and with from 10 to 150 employees. And so we help them alleviate their HR woes.
I love that. I love that. Because that's a big expense and it's something that you have to have. You can't just ignore it, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. So let me ask you this. What is one thing that you're known for and people have to say, oh my gosh, I need to meet her?
HR. Human
HR.
resources. I love to help business owners and HR professionals. Let me say that because HR managers and professionals that are managing teams. And so
Mm.
when they see me and I'm talking about essentially what's in their head, but they don't want to say,
Oh,
they go, I need to meet her.
yeah, that's awesome. Let me ask you this too. You are not necessarily replacing the whole HR team. You're becoming part of it to help them out, or how does that work exactly?
Absolutely. So in one respect, I do manage small teams
Okay.
to a certain degree, because there are a lot of business owners who do not have a HR person. And
Right.
so we work with them in a consulting capacity and some in management where we're actually managing their team. On a
Okay.
larger scale, we're working with teams where I am helping the HR manager or director, stomp out whatever fires are there. And then
Mm.
really, we like to think of it as HR risk management, where
Oh,
we're
okay.
putting those policies, those strategies, and those processes in place to avoid any fires.
Mm. Oh, I like that. I like that. And that's so incredibly important. All right. Remember that we were doing quick 411. So I have to go to my next question. You ready?
Go.
Okay. Can you share a moment when your visibility got the door open for you for something that was unexpected?
So I think one of the situations that stick out in my mind is one of my dear friends who Jeffrey, we've been friends for years.
Yeah.
He worked in HR and I kind of worked in HR, and he referred me to a family member, and it was one of the best clients I've ever worked with.
Wonderful.
And they just immediately said, talking to you is like talking to family. We were able
Mm.
to go in and reduce that 276-page employee handbook, and and so that was when my visibility was like, oh, you're what I need.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, your energy comes through, and I can really relate
Yes.
and understand what their pain points are.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And again, for those of you that are watching, April was at the very first networking event that we had, so the visibility room. and she and a client of mine, Karyl Ward, stayed to the bitter end. I had to kick them out because I had a meeting.
Really?
But the reason I bring this up is because April's energy is so tangible and palpable, and Karyl didn't want to stop talking to her because she really is that much fun. So I know you're getting a snippet over here, but make sure to reach out to April, regardless of whether you have a need now, because
Hmm.
it might be now or it might be someone that you need to refer her to later. But she's so much fun, and she's obviously brilliant as well. So what's lighting you up right now within your business or your life or in leadership? What's making you smile right now?
Ah, God,
Aw.
my blessings, and all of the wonderful people. And this is not a cliche. Let me say that all of the wonderful people like Carol
Aw.
that are just right here beside me. And we are taking these new steps and these new
Yeah.
ventures and coming out of our comfort zone and just being who you are.
Yes, yes, I love that, and that's so important. We talked a lot about obviously visible credibility during
Hmm.
our networking, and one of the things that we did was we had people look themselves up on Google and on LinkedIn
Yes,
to see what was happening there.
that was
Real quick,
amazing.
real quick, what was that like for you? And I put everybody in small groups too, so without
Mhm.
naming names, what was it like for you, and what was it like within your group?
So in my group, it was really cool. I met two. I'm sorry, forget their names.
We're not going to say names.
Okay, no names. And it was two phenomenal women, and it was really it was inspiring to me how we were looking at each other's profiles, our Google
Mhm.
profiles, and people they looked at mine and was like, "Oh, yours looks great," and I was like, "Really?" Like, yes, because my videos were coming up, and so they had some suggestions for me, which were suggestions that I hadn't even thought of,
Yeah.
you know, and I offered some suggestions because the question was, when people get on Google and look you up, what do they see? When they
Yeah.
see you, do they immediately know what you do?
Hmm.
And that was like, oh yeah, I see that. I see
Yeah.
that. And so we were able to, really just kind of exchange information. And it's good when people can just off the cuff say, "Hey, I noticed this."
Yes.
And so that was really helpful. I think that was helpful for everybody in the room.
I love that.
But
I
yeah,
love that.
that it made me feel great because when you feel like in social media, I'm not doing enough, I'm not doing enough,
Yeah.
I'm not doing enough, because it is time consuming, but it's
Yes.
necessary.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the challenged ones, believe it or not. Right. So when that made me feel really, really good. And it was
Yeah.
funny. Let me say this really quickly. What was funny was that the immediate pictures of my videos,
Hmm.
and we were all talking about what happens when we have pictures that are associated with our names.
Yes.
And you go, wait, I don't even know who that is, but I guess it's something you shared or something.
Yeah. It could be
Right.
something you shared or it's something that you were tagged in and it
Oh,
shows up under your name. Yeah.
yeah.
And it has
And,
nothing to do with
and
you.
I never knew that. And so all of these, like the videos and things came up were really wonderful. And then when I clicked down, I saw all this, the Halliburton, the company stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, but
It's an
anyway,
interesting, yeah, it's an
yeah,
interesting process to go through, but
yes.
yeah, thank you so much. And again, we wanted to keep this short so that you guys have just a quick snippet of who April is, why I adore her so much.
Oh,
And for those of you that have not been to the Visibility Room, the Detroit Collective, Networking Collective,
sign up.
I suggest that you put that on your calendar.
Yes.
We've
Come on down. Come on down. Because the energy in the room is phenomenal.
oh, thank you
Yeah.
for that.
And Carol links everybody so you can, afterwards, so me and Carol have set up, we're setting up something. And I got a couple other people that I'm reaching out to
Oh,
just to kind of share
good.
some connections and just kind of,
Yeah.
see how I can help them, and just kind of build, relationships. That's very
Yeah.
important. That's,
Yeah.
that's something that I struggle with in my introvertness. Yeah.
Well, and that's funny because we were talking about that too. We're like, how are you possibly an introvert? But just because you're an introvert doesn't mean that you're not social. It's how you regroup, right? But if you're interested in finding out more about the Visibility Room, the Detroit Women's Collective, please reach out. We have 2 July dates, July 15th and 29th. We have probably 2 or 3 more spots at each one of those. And then we'll be headed off to August. So it is a curated room. If you would like more information, go ahead and go to my website, which is www.theimageimpactgroup.com, and look for the Networking Collective tab. And you can learn all about who's in the room and how to get on the list. All right, April, have a fantastic day ahead. Thank you so much for popping on with me.
Happy
And we will
Freedom
talk to you
Friday.
soon. All right. We'll talk to you soon, my friend.
All right, darling. Have a great weekend, okay?
Thank you. Bye.